All right, let's talk about something that sounds like it's pulled straight from a sci-fi movie, but it's happening right now in the world of pharma. We're talking about the self-healing factory. So let me ask you this. What if a factory could see into the future? I mean, what if it could predict a problem and then fix itself before anything ever actually breaks? We're not just talking about regular automation here. This is a whole new level. This is about real autonomy. Okay, so what is a self-healing factory? Well, think of it like this. It's a super smart manufacturing system. It's using AI to constantly watch itself, learn from everything that happens, and then, this is the key part, automatically fix any issues without a human needing to step in. It's this nonstop loop of sensing, thinking, and doing. So that all sounds great, right? But why is this so important? Why do we even need smarter factories, especially in pharma? Well, it turns out the way things are done now, it's not as efficient as you might think. Get ready for this number, because it's pretty shocking. 37%. That's the average overall equipment effectiveness, or OEE, for a pharma manufacturer. Let me put that another way. Nearly 2/3 of their potential manufacturing power is just gone, wasted, lost to downtime, slow performance, you name it. That is a huge gap and a huge opportunity for something better. This really breaks it down. The old versus the new. You see, traditional automation, it's always playing catch-up. It's reactive, it follows a fixed script, and when something goes wrong, it basically just waits for a person to come and fix it. But autonomous systems, they're predictive. They're constantly learning, adapting, making themselves better on the fly. You know, it's really the difference between a simple tool and a true thinking partner. Okay, so how on earth does this even work? What's the secret sauce? Well, it's not just one magic bullet. It's a whole collection of technologies, a tech stack, all working together perfectly. So you've got the brain of the operation, right? That's your AI and machine learning. Then you have the nervous system, all these industrial IoT sensors feeding it information constantly. And here's a really cool part. You've got a digital twin, which is like a perfect virtual copy of the factory, where you can test things out safely. Then you have the hands, advanced robotics that do the physical work. And tying it all together, integrated platforms that make it one big, smart organism. Okay, so we've got the tech. Now let's see how this whole self-healing thing actually plays out in real life. It's a simple, continuous loop, and the amazing part is, it gets smarter every single time it goes around. It all starts here. Step 1, detect. The sensors pick up on the tiniest little thing that's out of place, a slight change in temperature, a vibration that's a little bit off. Immediately, we're talking seconds, the AI runs a diagnosis. It figures out not just what's wrong, but why. Then, boom, the system moves to correct. It might tweak a setting or call for maintenance. But this last step is the real magic. It learns. Every single event makes the whole system smarter, better at predicting the next problem. So that's the theory. But what about in practice? Let's take something like coding tablets. That coding has to be absolutely perfect. Now, an autonomous system can use lasers to watch the coding thickness as it's happening. The second it sees a tiny, tiny flaw starting to form, it instantly changes the spray or the temperature. The result? It cut defects by a whopping 95%. Just incredible. Yeah, a 95% reduction in defects is amazing. But believe it or not, that's just the tip of the iceberg. When you look at the total impact on the business, that's when you see just how revolutionary this whole thing is. 85%. Think about that. Because these factories can predict when a machine is about to fail, they can slash unplanned downtime by up to 85%. That just means more stuff gets made with way fewer interruptions. The entire supply chain just becomes so much more reliable. And what does that reliability mean in dollars? Well, for just one single medium-sized plant, we're talking about $15 to $21 million in new value every single year. This is not a small change. It's a complete rewrite of the financial rulebook for manufacturing. But it's not just about the money, right? It's also about time. And in pharma, time is everything. Instead of waiting around for slow, old-school batch testing, you have quality checks happening in real time. This means companies can get crucial, life-saving drugs to the people who need them 9 to 12 months faster. That is a massive deal. Hey, remember that ugly 37% number we started with? The average efficiency? Well, check this out. Autonomous systems can take a factory from that average all the way up to world-class levels. We're talking 70% or more. They're literally doubling their effectiveness. It's a total game changer, no other way to put it.
So, where does this all end? What's the final chapter? Well, the ultimate goal is a vision for the future called lights out manufacturing.
And it's exactly what it sounds like. A factory that's so smart, so autonomous. You could just turn off the lights, lock the door, and walk away. It would just keep running, perfectly, 24/7. The role of people changes completely. You're no longer on the factory floor. You're overseeing the entire intelligent system, maybe from an office halfway across the world. And this is what it all comes down to. You know, this whole idea of a self-healing factory, it's more than just cool tech, and it's more than just a business strategy, especially in pharma. All of this precision, all this reliability, it leads to something much more important. This quote says it all, really. Digital intelligence plus operational excellence equals patient safety. And at the end of the day, that is what truly matters.